And here we are. What's up?
Okay, so sorry about that. That was all my fault. All technical issues on my end. Woo! I love it already. Welcome to Loud Nerdy on a Tuesday night. Thank you for joining us. My name is JW Colwell. I'm joined as always by my good friends Jerry Kamora of the band Slapjaw, and the delightfully difficult Raven, who is here. Is what I was told. I'm here. Raw. Anyway, we're glad you're joining us on a Tuesday night. We're going to get right to business. We're going to talk about some stuff tonight. Good evening, all. Good evening, Joe Ridgely. Good evening, Ken McKernan.
What's up, Joe Ken?
Hello,
Ken.
hello, Canuck Ken.
Hi, Ken.
Good to have you. Thank you for joining us. Let's do the sad news first. So last week we had Jim Crut pass away. He was a legend. And then I look online today and somebody else passed away, and it's from I'm gonna be honest, it's from a movie that Jerry and I both love.
Yes.
And Reggie Bannister passed away. He was a very talented musician, but he's mainly known as the star of the Phantasm horror franchise. He was 80. I played Reggie. His name was Reggie Bannister. He also played Reggie in the movie. He basically died peacefully in her home in California on Sunday. He was 80. And so he had Parkinson's. He had a couple other things. And basically, he was a military veteran who went to Vietnam, came back, and basically worked in Don Coscarelli's Phantasm movies, battling Angus Scrimm as the Tall Man. He appeared in Phantasm 79, Phantasm 2 in 88, Phantasm 3, Lord of the Dead 94, Phantasm Oblivion 98, Phantasm Ravager in 2016. Basically, he starts off as an ice cream man.
Mm-hmm.
That eventually, ends up fighting the Tall Man, but he played guitar. He was like a musician.
Not
he was.
Man.
No, we're going to talk about that. Don't worry, I'll get to that. This is a positive person we're talking about, not Ice Cream Man. Wow, we'll get there. But he basically befriends the 13-year-old Mike Pearson and Jody, and their quest is for the Mortician, the Tall Man. His wife Gigi worked on all the makeup and special effects for the 4th and 5th films. So basically, they were introduced by Michael Berryman from The Hills Have Eyes and Weird Science. He did appear in more than 50 films. Jim, the world's greatest, all the Phantasm movies. It was also he played he was in Bubba Hotep. He was in
in Frozen Limbo.
Wishmaster. He was in Fallen Angel, Carney, Salt Lake Primitive, Killer Waves too. So he has a movie still coming out. And so, like I said, he was a fun guy, and for horror fans, losing the helicopter zombie and done. You know what I mean? Like it was like his character. There, picked up a chainsaw occasionally in the Phantasm movies, but he was just ebullient and happy, and he wasn't full of himself, and he actually, apparently at cons and everything was like such a great person to meet because he loved the fans and he loved being in these horror films.
Of course, I don't know him personally, but he kind of seemed like the character he played in Phantasm would be who he is.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't think
right? He's tired of dealing with all the bullshit. And,
Yeah, he's fighting a giant mortician who has ties to parallel dimensions and little silver balls with spikes in them. You know what I mean? Like,
and along the way, he's trying to find some normalcy too, right?
Yeah, and I just think he was one of those guys that
I'll be right back. Somebody is knocking on my door, and they are not getting the hint that I'm not coming to answer it. So clearly, I have to. I will be right back.
It's the police. Open up.
Okay, bye. We'll see you in a bit. I hope it's not the police. I'm going to bring her down for a second.
Right? Yeah, definitely seems like he would be.
But like I said, he was a good fan. Yeah, and he seemed like a fan's favorite. You know what I mean? Right. Because the Phantasm films aren't the most widely regarded films, nor are they all spectacular. Like some of them aren't. But he's always plugging away in them, and he's a good hero. Like he's on par. I'm not saying he's Kurt Russell-ish, but for the Phantasm movies, he's got the Kurt Russell vibe because he's like, I can't believe I'm here today. This is ridiculous. Like, where did that demon come from? Like, what is happening? And so he passes away at 80, and it's just like another like chink in an armor this year where we're not losing like main stage players, but we're losing people that were good to the fan community, people who are great people. People who were in kind of under the radar movies that maybe, I don't know if everybody's seen Phantasm or Phantasm 2 or, have gone through the entire trilogy, but they're fun, or the entire bunch of movies. There's like 6 of them now, but like they're fun movies. Angus Scrimm was great too. And these are specific horror films. And once you see them as a horror fan, like you kind of fall in love with them because they were gory for their time in the 70s. And then they're also kind of just like, they're relentlessly creepy. There is something about Angus Scrimm in a mortuary that is not pleasant in any conceivable way. The tall man, and just, I remember the one movie, I think
he picks up the casket and puts it in the hearse by himself.
It's just creepy. It's creepy shit, man. And it's not like, it's just, and it's like, it's not, are they the best movies ever made? No, but they're fun. And they certainly, when Phantasm came out in 79, I remember being terrified of it. And then, when Phantasm 2 came out in 88, I was like, now I'm able to keep up with it. You know what I mean? And so they become like, oh, do you remember seeing Phantasm 2? I remember the summer that came out. I remember seeing it. Yep. I remember being with a big group of friends, a gaggle of people.
Again, not me, but I saw it too.
Probably the same theater, probably opening night. Yep. But like I said, there are movies I rented on VHS, and I know we had a big thing where people were talking about VHS this week. Someone has a TV or radio on in the background, or is it just feedback?
I don't hear anything on my end.
Doesn't Jerry have
I do.
A Phantasm ball?
I have the sphere with the DVDs in it. I showed that the one night, I think.
And you also had,
and I had the Pinewood Derby car.
I think it did. Did you ever get the cards? Did you order the cards?
I got the cards. I got them. I didn't open it though. But that set comes with one signed card, but you don't know who.
No, I don't think it is. Well, I mean, no, it's like one of it's Reggie.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's the
that would
thing
be
you don't
something.
know.
That would be something.
It would be.
Joe, Phantasm was Sex in the Graveyard for everyone.
It did.
Were people like jumping at the thoughts of sex in a graveyard?
Well, people have some kinky things they like. Apparently, those two did, and it didn't work out too well for the dude. But
yeah, I mean, I understand. But yeah, so rest in peace, Reggie Bannister. Thank you for all your hard work. And also, again, the stories I've seen about him at the conventions are the ones where you go, that's nice. Like, he was a really nice guy.
yeah,
Everybody
I
really
never had a
liked him.
chance to meet him at a convention.
I worked in a graveyard and never saw anyone having sex. And I'm going to say this, Ken was definitely looking. So
here, leaves rustling over there.
and he was definitely looking. But yeah, rest in peace, Reggie Bannister. Thanks for all you did. Thanks for the fandom. Thanks for Phantasm and, just gore and fun and, being from what I see from everything, all the reactions to his death, just a great person. Like, people really liked him. So rest in peace. Thank you for all you did. As we're waiting for Raven, I'm concerned about Raven now. A stranger is coming to her door and whatnot. Let's talk box office. Let's talk crazy amounts of money, and then let's talk about I have a big kind of like look at this summer really quick, although we're 3 weeks in. So this movie, the numbers, Jerry, are astounding, and we're in it now. Like, right now, domestic box office as of today, that's what yesterday's box office is, 16 million on a Monday. Domestic is at 671. International is at 1.01 billion for $1.68 billion total. Budget's only 225. It will jump to IMAX theaters next week, I think.
Crazy.
Because I think this week is gonna be kind of everybody's getting out of the Odyssey, but I think most IMAX theaters are shifting to the end of Oak Street. But so that movie grossed this past weekend, Jerry, a staggering, like an amount where people would be like, hey, if that was my opening weekend, I'd be so happy as a filmmaker. Spider-Man Brand New Day grossed $144 million over the second weekend, down 60%. Like, it just staggering numbers. The Odyssey came in second with 31.7. That total, the Odyssey is at 466 domestic, 671 international. So for a $1.1 billion, that hit the $1 billion mark this week. So that is another big hit of the summer. One Night Only. The other movie one of the movies that opened this week that all opened kind of like staggeringly bad, but not bad movies. Directed by Will Gluck, Easy A, director of Easy A and Anyone But You. This movie is weird because it's a romantic comedy, but it's a romantic comedy that also has The Purge. It's essentially The Purge for anyone who's single and having sex. So the government has been taken over by radical right-wing people, and they have decreed that single people can have sex one night a year. Unless you're married, you cannot have sex more than one night a year. And so people go crazy fucking on the one night a year. And this is a romantic comedy, like a meet cute romantic comedy set in a purge-like sex world.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's fun. Really good director. He did Easy A with Emma Stone, which is a fantastic movie. He also did Anyone But You, which was Sydney Sweeney and which did very big. Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell, which did very big business a couple summers ago. I saw it. It's fine. It's not going to change anything. I like the chemistry between Callum Turner and Monica Barbaro. They are like Callum Turner is a guy that's up for Bond. He's really tall, a totally different kind of thing. Oh, and Raven's back. Are you okay? We were worried about
my
you.
neighbor next door just needed some help, and I'm here.
Okay, good. Okay. The other fun thing about it, these two people. So this is Monica Barbaro and Callum Turner. They have good chemistry. It's not as funny as it should be, and as Rich pointed out, the interesting thing about it is it doesn't need the Purge thing. It could just be a comedy about two people who are in New York who have a meet cute and then kind of like bump into each other one night of the year. But they chose to make it like this weird Purge comedy. But the other thing is, if I told you these two people were in it, could either one of you tell me who these two people are?
Is that LeVar Burton?
It is LeVar Burton.
Yeah. It was a little
And
tricky to see at the
Is
beginning.
that Molly Ringwald?
That is Molly Ringwald.
I thought
Molly Ringwald and LeVar Burton are single in the movie, and they fuck in the movie. So it's great. It's great to see Molly Ringwald.
I don't know why I could tell who they were on my phone, which is this big, but
I'm like,
I'm just gonna say
I don't know
I
if
am
you
a
know this.
reading rainbow nerd.
Jerry and I are old. But Molly Ringwald and LeVar Burton are one of the best things in the movie. They have a really great chemistry. She plays Callum Turner's
simply for them.
Yeah, but like I said, it's got a weird vibe because of the Purge thing. Like it's got a Purge vibe to it, even though it's like it's just this really crazy right-wing government that's not allowing people to have sex.
Okay, I came in with you. I didn't hear what the movie was, so I was trying to pick apart what movie this was. Now I know.
Yeah, one night only. This movie came in third. It grossed $5.8 million, $5.5 million over the weekend. So it went from 144 to 31 to 5.5. Fourth place went to Toy Story 5 at 4.2. Fifth place went to this movie. Where are you at? There you are. Super Troopers 3, 4 million, way down from Super Troopers 2. I liked it.
Seeing
it's
that
funny.
Next week. Did not see it this week.
I liked it. It's funny. If you like them, you'll like the movie.
I've heard it was better than the second. I've heard everybody say it was better than the second.
It's better than the second one. It's not making as much money as the second one, but it is better than the second one. Sixth place were two movies still making kid business. Minions and Monsters 3.5. That movie is at 176 total. Oh, Toy Story 5, by the way, is at 470 total. So gonna get caught by the Odyssey this weekend, upcoming. And then Moana, seventh place, 2.9 million, 121. And then we get to the eighth movie, $2.0 million. And I gave a review on Friday, and I got us flagged because I was so angry about this movie. I'm not going to do it again. But I will say that this movie is one of the worst horror films I've ever seen. And that should give you a great kind of Jerry understands. I've seen a lot of horror movies. This movie is lazy. It's sloppy. It's dumb.
It looks like a trauma film. That image.
I'm going to tell you right now, Trauma has better production values.
Really?
Okay, so Trauma has better production values. So this movie is made by Eli Roth, of Hostel and Cabin Fever, and he made a movie last year called Borderlands, where it should have been an R-rated movie based on a rated M game, and they made him cut it to PG-13, and he bitched and moaned and complained that the studios were bringing him down, so he raised a Kickstarter and made this movie and proclaimed, "I'm bringing back practical effects." It was not
the studios that brought that movie down.
No, it was a bad movie. And then so this movie gets made by his production arm, and it cost $5 million to make. And how do I say this? It's as gory as the Terrifier films, but it's all kids doing the gore. So I guess that's subversive. I guess we're trying to be cool and hip. Watching a kid cut off, their mother's head with a hacksaw. Oh no. Anyway, I guess they thought it was subversive and
Didn't
funny.
you say last week that this week was going to be better internet?
No, I keep on telling everybody. I have 2 or 3 months.
Danger,
Will Robinson. But this
and
movie
I'm
is
the one
so.
that lives in a bomb shelter.
I understand that. I live on an elderly road. But this movie is so bad, Jerry. It's and then like as if the problem
in auto-tune.
Well, and then as if the movie was like Ice Cream is so bad, dude. And then not only is it bad, but then he steps into it on Friday when the movie comes out. He steps into it by saying, by admitting that maybe all of the effects in the movie weren't practical. Maybe they were AI. And I'm like sitting there going, so the only reason to see this movie is practical effects. And now you're admitting that maybe it's AI shit. And now I don't know if anybody can tell the difference between what is AI and what isn't. And it's just it's a bad movie. And like I said, it's got the stupidest adults in it. It's got so Jerry and I are adults and Raven is an adult, and we walk into a person, kids hitting somebody in the face with a brick.
I'm an adult.
And you stand there and you allow the kid to not only hit somebody in the face with a brick.
Not me.
But that's what I mean. Like, that's how dumb the movie is. Every time, like, one adult gets killed and then another adult walks into the frame and you're like, okay, this adult's going to get murdered too. And then that's all it is. And then midway through, Jerry, they try to throw a backstory onto it. And it's just about the dumbest backstory I've ever,
See, now you're making me want to see it in a way.
Oh, I think you'll see it. I think you will see it, and then you'll be like, oh my God, holy shit, this is bad.
I'm going to make
the more like it's going to become one of those movies that are so bad it's going to be good. You know what I mean?
No, it's not though. That's the other.
And
that's
it's Eli
the
Roth. It's going to make it become that.
No, I don't think it is because I think he's. I said this at the screening I was at. I stood up and I said, "Anybody else ever watch somebody's career just end?" I think it's over. I don't like
no,
even.
I think he still has enough clout.
Where though? What clout does he have anymore?
Let's see what he made.
He hasn't made shit.
He goes back to TV. He does a couple TV shows. He'll be fine.
I think he's done. I think he's done creatively. I think he's spent emotionally. I think this movie is so bad, and it's not getting the reactions.
That Death Wish remake too with Bruce Willis.
Yeah, he's terrible.
I think he goes back. He does a couple TV shows, and he's fine.
No, I saw
with who? How? I don't.
What were we talking about
it.
last week? Oh, look! Wait, he's the new producer of the Reanimator series that we were talking about last week.
No,
he's going to save that.
Is he
Pretty
really?
Little Liars Reanimator.
Is he really?
No, I'm just saying that's I don't know. I'm just saying that's the shit that could fix it.
That would not fix it at all. That would the Pretty Little Liars thing is bad as it is. But then adding Eli Roth after Ice Cream Man doesn't fix that. That makes it worse.
You add his name to it, and it instantly becomes a huge hit with teenage girls.
I'm not going to lie to you, and I will ask Jerry on this. I will secede to Jerry on this. He's not a name that we care about in horror. Hostel sucks.
It's not a name that you care about in horror, but what I'm looking at is the amount of money that Hot Topic is going to bring him.
Yeah, I didn't really.
But what I'm saying to you, he doesn't it would be one thing if it's I don't even know. It's so bad.
They even hyped up that Green Inferno movie, and I was like, I have Cannibal Holocaust already. And it's better,
That's what I mean. That's the other thing. There's nothing to protect him. There's no nostalgia to protect him from himself, and it's a really bad movie. And I dare anybody to come at me and say that the backstory at the end is good, and that there's a trick at the end, there's a cutscene at the end. The cutscene at the end is so bad also. Like, people are groaning. I haven't heard active groaning in a theater all summer because summer's been so good. Let's get some comments. I haven't heard active groaning in a while.
Straight to VHS.
Hi, friends. It's Raven High School, friend. Okay. Jeff.
It's who?
Raven as an adult? Question mark. Is this a reboot or a remake of the Clint Howard? No. Take Clint Howard's name out your mouth. I have that somewhere. That's a great movie. The word adult is doing a lot of heavy lifting in this convo. And howdy, laugh out loud. Ooh. Eli is doing a Hostel TV series. Wow.
I have you know, I paid my bills this month. I'm an adult.
Okay. Why Hostel? What? Those two movies aren't good. Like, I don't like. He's past his time. This
but
movie
that's the thing, though. He can hand in on that. He can sell out on that. He'll make money as a producer.
No, but I'm going to tell you right now, there are movies that are so bad that they effectively end careers. I can't think of one off the top of my head. Actually, let me work on that throughout the show. I'll try to come up with a movie that was so bad that somebody's career just stopped. Oh, Godzilla. There was an actress in Godzilla, the Broderick Godzilla, Maria Patillo. Everybody's talking about, oh, she's going to be a great actress. It's amazing. I remember saying after coming out of Godzilla in 98 that Maria Patillo in this lead role made me long for the acting stylings of Tia Leone in Deep Impact. It was so bad. Like, it was so bad. And then Maria Patillo was never heard from again. I think this ends his career. That's just me, because I think once two things happen. Once you get in there and you realize it's a gore film that's not necessarily good, but also not necessarily fun. Because again, there's only so many ways you can watch the human body get eviscerated. Also, there are jokes in it that are so bad. Like, there is a joke. Well, there's two things that happen. One, somewhere in his mind, he thought that the funny thing to do to the African-American police officer is to have the kids drag him around town, which I immediately started having visions of the Deep South. And then there's a 12-year-old girl that's in the movie as well. The hero of the film is like a 11-year-old who is lactose intolerant, so he can't have ice cream. And basically, there's a 12-year-old girl in the movie who is his friend, but also becomes like his love interest, but also becomes. She has the terrible luck of reading one of the worst lines of dialogue in a film all year, which is the two kids are like, "Hey, I thought you ate the ice cream," and she's like, "I didn't eat the ice cream. I'm a 12-year-old girl. I throw everything up."
Ew.
Yeah. That's the level we're dealing with here. And I hate this movie so much. Eli versus Uwe Boll. Here's the thing. I think they're both bad filmmakers, but Uwe Boll knows what he is. Eli thinks he's something special. There's Uwe Boll knows he's making junky, movies like Postal, right? He knows it. But Eli Roth thinks he's smart.
Seed, right? Didn't he make that movie Seed or something?
I don't know, but this movie is so aggressively bad. Like, I really think it's the end of Eli Roth's career. And I don't want to talk about it anymore. I hate it. I hate the movie so much. And other people hated it too. Like, it wasn't just me. Like, there are times like this summer where I've gone to movies where I've come out and I've been like, is it me? Right, Raven? Like you were saying, maybe it's not for me. But I am a gore hound. I do like gore. I don't mind gore. But a bunch of kids like killing adults for an hour and a half is not nearly as fun as Eli Roth thinks it is.
It's like Children of the Corn without
but no fun. No Malachi. No, He Who Walks Behind. Malachi was Courtney Gaines. He was fantastic.
He was awesome.
He Who Walks Behind the Rose. It was amazing.
He was
but like I
pretty good
said,
in Hard Bodies too.
he was good in Hard Bodies. But that's what I mean. Like he's a good singer too. They had him on the network.
Since we just
he was
did
very-
mention Godzilla and you weren't here when that happened, we did just have 2 deaths for the Godzilla franchise.
Okay.
We didn't mention when you were gone. We had Sam Neill pass away, and we had Kaylee Huddle, who played the little girl who passed away too for the Godzilla franchise. They died like
that was tragic. She was in a car accident.
Yeah, and then Sam Neill died like a week afterwards. And
we did miss Sam Neill. We did miss Sam Neill. That is true.
Yeah, you had went on your cruise, and like literally, he had passed away right when you left, and then he passed away right before you got back. And I was like, they're both in that franchise. That's a huge blow for them.
Well, I think the little girl is more. Yeah, that was like a weird, like, you know, the deaf actress from the Godzilla versus Kong franchise is who you're talking about.
Well, and then Sam Neill also played a doctor, was one of the doctors for the Godzilla franchise. Plus, he's going to be in the Zelda movie coming out. He did finish doing his scenes, and that's been a big.
Yeah, her name was Kaylee Huddle, right?
Yes,
she was 18 years old.
I believe that's how you said her name. I believe that's how they say her name.
I think I got it right.
I don't.
But yeah, yes. she got killed. She got killed in a car crash. Talk about like horrible luck. Now Sam Neill, you know, had cancer, passed away. And we did miss him. We did miss his. So again, it's been a bad year for genre movies. And genre actors, right? But yeah,
Sam Neill was just like everything. So
well, Sam Neill. He
had a career, no doubt.
He had a great career. I mean, he's involved in 2 of the most underrated horror films ever made. I would put Event Horizon, which I think is a great movie, and I would put In the Mouth of Madness,
another good movie.
The John Carpenter author movie, the book. They're virtually the same thing. They're basically H.P. Lovecraft come to life, like H.P. Lovecraft novels.
Jurassic Park franchise.
Well, Jurassic Park. I mean, I'm trying to mention like Sam Neill when like stuff that maybe you haven't seen him in, but like Event Horizon, he is spectacular.
If you are a period or fantasy girly like me, you know him from Merlin. Like
it was all. I think. I gotta get a Sam Neill list to go through because we're talking about him. Give me 1 second.
Let's see. Hold on, I'm looking at it right now. We got for a kid, like he was the voice of Peter Rabbit.
Bicentennial Man.
Okay, so let's go through. Sam Neill did pass away. We did lose him. He died a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on. Let's go through.
Wow, I didn't realize how deep this went. Holy crap.
Yeah, he has a very long and storied career. So
1971.
Snow White, A Tale of Terror.
Wait a second. So let's start in 81. So he was Damien in The Final Conflict, which is a very good second sequel to The Omen. Plays Damien Thorne, right?
His first credit goes back to 1971, but his biggest credit goes all the way back to 80.
He was also in a movie I watched last year for the first time during my 31 for 31. He's in the 1980 horror film Possession, which is spectacular. It is a spectacular movie with him, and it's Andrzej Zulawski, and it's basically about it's Isabella Gianni and him. Absolutely spellbinding horror film that's just weird and sexy and weird and just bleh. Let's see, he did A Cry in the Dark. He did, Leading Man in the 90s, Hunt for Red October, Death in Brunswick, Jurassic Park, Sirens, The Jungle Book, John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness, Event Horizon, Bicentennial Man, The Dish, Jurassic Park 3. Then he made The Piano with Jane Campion. He also, like, there's a movie in 2016 called Hunt for the Wilder People. I can't recommend that movie enough. It's a New Zealand-based comedy. It's by Taika Waititi. It's very, very good. It's an incredible movie. It basically follows. It's just a really great. It's just a really fun family adventure in New Zealand, and he's really great in it. That's a fantastic movie. So he did that late. He did that in 2016. Merlin's Apprentice. He did The Magic Pudding. And then he was in a lot of TV shows, a lot of BBC stuff.
He added his voice to a lot of voiceover work. He did like a lot of voiceover work.
He was in Thor Ragnarok. He was in Thor: Love and Thunder. He played the actor playing Odin on the stage
I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's really
in the parody of a parody.
In the parody of a parody, yes. But yeah, he had a great career.
Yeah.
He's also really nice in cons. He had a very long.
Yeah, he's another one of these guys that has
an ally to the LGBT cause.
Yeah, he's another one of these guys that has a fantastic. Where you hear about him at cons, how he's nice to people, how he's always kind to people, and also a very giving scene partner. Like I know the day he died, there were a bunch of things online with him and Jeff Goldblum, oh God, I'm going up on her name. Who's the actress in Jurassic Park? Oh my God, this is terrible.
Oh yeah, it was.
Shoot.
Yeah, her.
Laura Dern.
Laura Dern. Laura Dern. It's Laura
Dern.
Yes. There was a great thing of them kind of sitting off to the side and just kind of singing a song with Goldblum playing the piano when they were getting together for the new Jurassic World movie, when they were all together for the last time. So we missed that one, and I'm sorry we did, but I'm glad we got it. The girl from Godzilla, I think that's a big loss for that movie because she's really good in the last two movies. The only person that can communicate with Kong.
Yeah.
Right. She's the little girl, the deaf girl that knows sign language and communicates with Kong. But
I hope they figure out what they're going to do for the movie.
Yeah, I don't know. The Hunt for October, he was in that. Thank you very much. Yes, he was the second in command of Marco Ramius, Sean Connery. But yeah, great actor. And like I said, it hasn't been a year where we've lost superstars, but we've lost all these great character actors that are in some of your favorite movies. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just, it's kind of a weird thing to be. Also, I hate ice cream. Anyway, going back to it. Yeah, I'll get back to it. We're almost an hour in. Okay, so the big story we want to get to tonight, I do want to talk about this because it came up today, and I'm ecstatic about the idea that this is news to celebrate. And it came out, the news came out, it was on Variety, and Hollywood Reporter and all these places. We are 3 weeks away from the end of the summer. We have our big hits, we have our modest hits, we have our bombs, and we have movies that did fine. And you can kind of get an autopsy, but the announcement that says we're back is that summer box office 2026 has topped $4 billion for only the second time since the COVID pandemic. second to hit the milestone since 2020. Barbie and Oppenheimer pushed the summer 2023 to the same mark. 2026 is on track to become the highest grossing summer since 2019. Of course, led by this guy first on my shirt and in your hearts, Spider-Man. Also led by this guy, Odysseus, leaving horses and fighting monsters and trying to get home in the Odyssey. And then the fifth movie in the Toy Story franchise, which is also another $1 billion movie. Honorable mention, it was not released in the summer, but we have to talk about Michael. Michael played throughout the early portions of throughout the early portions of the summer. And so Michael is also a $1 billion movie that occurred during the summer, but wasn't a summer release. So those are the three big tentpole movies that did the most money and are continuing to do the most money. Then there were like the minor hits that ended up being big mammoth hits, right? And that's these three movies. And I'm going to get, the movies that kind of like propped up the $3 billion movies, right? So Brand New Day is at 655 right now as of today. Toy Story is at 470. Odyssey's at 461. Then you look up and Obsession is one of the biggest grossers of the year, right? Obsession ends up grossing 263 domestic. Then Backrooms also led the summer charge, right? The Young Guns at the box office. And then, a lady movie, a movie for women, is also one of the summer's unsung heroes. Devil Wears Prada is at $220 million. So it's ahead of Backrooms and just under Obsession. So also a fun fact, 4 actors are in 2 of the summer movies. So you got Holland, Zendaya, and Baron Thor in Spider-Man and the Odyssey, and Anne Hathaway is in the Odyssey and Devil Wears Prada. Also, the 2 summers that have crossed the $4 billion mark have had a Christopher Nolan movie to thank. Both summers that have had a Christopher Nolan movie have crossed the $4 billion mark, which I'm giving him as props. But like I said, Michael did very well. We also had big hits at the beginning of the summer. We are looking at, and this is, fingers crossed, they are hopeful that this could be a $10 billion year, the first since the pandemic. Because of all these movies doing well, remember we have on deck in December, you have Dune and Avengers Doomsday. You also have another Hunger Games movie coming out. I'm not so sure about that one, but there are a bunch of movies coming out in September that are moderately exciting. Some things coming out in October that are exciting, and then November. And so you have the makings that we could get a $10 billion year out of 2026. And I would say that what's driving it is the youth, right? Not people my age or Jerry's age or even Raven's age, but youth is driving it. Like Jerry said last week that his son went to see both Spider-Man and the Odyssey with a big group of friends. Oddly enough, you can watch tons of movies, you can Netflix and chill, you can stream, you can do all these things. But going out and seeing movies with a big gaggle of people, Jerry, is somehow fun. Who knew?
Yeah, who would have thought that?
Who knew that going to the movies with a big gaggle of friends, or meeting a friend in say Disney, downtown Disney, and going to the movies with them? Who knew that's a fun thing to do, to go and experience cinema? Now the summer has not had all movies do well. I'm going to give you my three that I think are not only underperforming, but they're widely regarded as movies that did not do well. Ice Cream Man. I'm going to start with Moana. Moana is at 121.
It's the wig.
The budget on that movie is $250 million. It's 121 domestic, 159 international. So we're looking at 281. And I would say that the bloom has come off The Rock and the Rose of The Rock, because it's very dicey. I mean, we are getting another Jumanji movie in December, but his movies are not making a lot of money right now. Another movie that, well, I think Moana was a mistake on all parts. Another of the disappointing movies that has to be discussed, although it's fun, and the more I watch it, I actually think I do like it.
He's gonna come on and yell at you.
Here he comes. He's coming.
He's coming on to yell at you. Listen, I've watched it now like twice. It is fun. It's a fun watch.
It's not. I'm not saying it's not a fun watch. I'm just saying there's too many dick jokes, and I would have liked it more serious.
There's at least one or two too many dick jokes. Also, I won't lie. I forgot there was a character named Fisto, and they made one or too many Fisto jokes for me too.
Yeah, and 2026 was the year.
I really did.
Fisting is funny in movies. There's at least 3 or 4.
This movie should have came out 3 or 4 years ago.
But that movie way underperformed. But I don't think I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Amazon cares, because it is doing very well on streaming.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's doing very well on streaming.
Branding it's doing really well.
And then the last movie I'm going to mention is one of the bigger disappointments of the summer. Has to be this, and it's fine. It's okay, but the box office is a complete tragedy in every conceivable way, and not what you were looking at. What I was looking at when you're trying to build on the success of Superman.
We'll be talking about that in my question. So
we'll
talk about that then.
So listen to the numbers. The number, first off, budget was only 170. I say it kindly, 170. Domestic box office 72 million for Supergirl. International box office 54 million for 54, for a total of 126. So we're underwater without advertising, without prints or whatever they're going to say. It is one of the biggest bombs of the summer. I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it's film worthy. I think one of the things that's going to start to happen with these comic book movies is, how do you make them film worthy? If you're making another, first off, Spider-Man's untouchable.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to get to that. It's part of my question for today.
Okay, Masters of the Universe 1987 lost John Cypher. Yeah, he passed away. He was also in Cinderella. Leslie Ann Warren's Cinderella.
When did that happen?
Yesterday, I think.
I took a off the internet hiatus for a couple of days, so
John
I'm being
Cypher
surprised by a lot of stuff today.
Another character actor.
I didn't know about the Phantasm death. That actually was a surprise for me. Thank you, JW.
Yeah, he died August 3rd. He was in Cinderella, Hill Street Blues. He was 94 years old. So yeah,
that's a long way.
Yeah, he was in a lot of 80s stuff and a lot of 80s television, like in 70s television. Marcus Welby, Knots Landing, films. He was in Valdez is Coming, Masters of the Universe. He was Man at Arms. He was also let's see. He was in a lot more television than he was Murder, She Wrote, Hunter, Santa Barbara, Tour of Duty, BL Stryker,
I used to like
Major Dad, Profiler, Pinky. He was Pinky in the Brain. He was on Pinky in the Brain. He was on Jag, Walker, Texas Ranger, Batman Beyond. He was the voice of Spellbinder. So yeah, he was a very, very amazing actor as well. Again, another character actor. Supergirl astounds me with how much money it's lost and how it just didn't catch. In many of the same ways that Masters of the Universe didn't catch, but I think Masters of the Universe, I will say, I think Masters of the Universe is eminently more watchable than Supergirl. That'll make Joe feel happy. But Joe, my question is, do you have him? Do you have Lobo? Because I do like the Lobo figure, and like I said, I think
that was that wrestler Sting for a minute there.
You thought it was Sting?
I had to look at it. I'm like, isn't that?
That's Sting.
Well, that's like a similar face, right?
Also, fun thing. I did get a popcorn bucket this weekend.
Sting just did the ice bucket challenge, Jerry. Just so you know.
I did get a popcorn bucket. See.
You got another popcorn bucket?
Yeah, I got that.
What is it?
It's like a super. It looks like a super trooper.
Is it the Super Trooper one?
Yeah, with a hat.
It's like.
Where are you gonna put all these things?
Oh, it has a mustache too.
It does. I also was able to track down at Universal this past weekend this Stipper cup, which was very hard to find for the Jaws 50th anniversary.
We'll see it sooner or later.
I'm gonna say right now it's frozen on the face
I know,
of the
all you see
thingy.
is the
I'm
mustache.
like, what
face.
is it? All I see is
Okay, so the Jaws Sipper.
Oh,
wait,
there you
goes.
go.
There goes.
Jaws
with
Sipper.
the tank. It comes with the tank.
I'm
the
not gonna
tank
tell you what
screws
that
in, and
kind
you
of
can-
looks like too, though.
That's actually a pretty cool idea with the tank.
Yeah, it's super neat. It screws in.
Smile, you son of a bitch.
Wait, and the best is, look at the eyes. It's a doll's eyes. They're really glassy. Anyway, the other I did get one other Super Troopers thing. Hold on, you'll find it amusing. So, this is a liter of cola. The Super Troopers cup. And then it says, not actually a liter, only 32 ounces. So I got that as well. Anyway, anywho, let's go before I run out of time on the internet. Let's go to our favorite news segment. My favorite news segment, your favorite news segment. Here we go. Where are we at?
So
Raven
I didn't
asks.
do research this week because I was just really busy this week. So the last
lazy.
2
You
weeks
were lazy.
ago was Comic-Con, and we didn't get to talk. Yeah, no, I was just really busy. I was helping a friend do some stuff, and then I fell and have been in a medical coma from the pills they gave me. So,
Are you
yeah,
okay?
no, but my friend has been very annoyed that we did not talk about.
Are you okay?
I just
just
been taking
announced that you-
paynkillers, so I can't. Yeah, so I can't.
I know,
be
but
on
you just announced that you fell,
or
and
anything
then
right
you're
now,
like, your
so I'm not
first thing is,
drinking.
oh, let's talk about Comic-Con. Like, that's not how the show works. It's like
I took a
Jerry.
little fall.
Jerry,
I did not get to go tubing.
Jerry, I slashed somebody's tires, and I got hit with a baseball bat. But let's talk about Supergirl.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I
Go
took
ahead.
a little fall. I did not get to go tubing. I'm taking some painkills, so I'm not drinking tonight. See why I have a beautiful cup of coffee instead. Different
Okay.
stimulants.
See,
Happy.
that's why I'm here, ain't
Hydrated, not water.
I? I'm here, ain't I?
Okay, well,
But
we didn't
since
get to talk
not
about.
talk
Go ahead.
about DC and Clayface. We're going to talk about that because a friend of mine keeps bringing it up. But also
Okay,
because
is it the friend?
actually
Is it the
getting a
friend that's
lot
watching the
talk.
show, or is it the friend that's going to have a question? Like, is the friend watching the
no,
show?
it's the friend that didn't even watch because they're
Oh,
a
I
jerk who didn't
have
even
news.
visit.
I also have news. I may or may not have gotten a letter from a lawyer. We're going to talk in a moment about something. But anyway,
Was this? Oh, I hope this is not because you were trying to be creepy and find out who people
I
are.
wasn't being creepy. I feel it's not creepy. Go ahead.
100% being creepy.
No, go ahead.
Anyhow,
Wouldn't be a cease
Anyhow.
and desist thing, would it? By any chance?
Wasn't cease and desist.
so Clayface comes out in October, but they released a new trailer at Comic-Con
Yeah.
that was a bit longer than the teaser.
Very
And
gory.
the reason why it was getting a lot of hype because it's a horror movie.
It's a
And
straight-
also
it's a straight
because
body
it's the
horror film.
first it's a body mod kind of movie.
Yeah.
They didn't really brand it as a DC comic book movie either. I mean, it had a little stamp of DC at the end, but they've kind of shied away from kind of showing that it's DC.
No, I
It's
think
comic book
everybody knows it's a DC. Everybody knows it's a DC movie.
I kind of think they're trying to
Everybody
shy away
knows it's an
from
Elseworlds movie.
showing it. It is. It is also the very first movie that is going to take place not Spider-Man, sorry, Superman. So it's a prequel, kind of. The timeline is supposed to take place before Superman. So technically,
Yes. No, this Clayface is not in. He's not in the Superman universe. He's in the Pattinson universe.
No, JW, I made sure to do the research on this. Yes, according to Gunn, this is in the Superman universe. It is before Superman. It will tie into Creature Commandos. Yes. 100%. I had to check to make sure. That's why I waited to make sure I could use this as today's stuff. I did the research for it. I promise you.
You know what, it reminds me of Society.
100%.
Okay. Yeah, you're correct.
The question was, the question I was actually bringing up was with how bad, and I don't want to be mean, but Supergirl did bad. It flopped for how much money they've put into it.
Okay.
Do you think the idea, I mean, I think Gunn's doing a really good idea of showing different genres better than actual Marvel actually has, truthfully. Do you think the idea of trying to shy away from, hey, this is yet another comic book movie, and kind of gearing it towards this is a horror movie is a good idea? I mean, the trailer really does kind of glorify the idea of this is a body mod movie in the essence of like the substance
Okay, so your question is, should we encourage the DC universe to have a wide array of genres? The answer to that is yes.
I think whether or not you want, I think the idea is
whether or not you want
looking at comic book movies as just this is a comic book movie, and more trying to really market them as
this could just be Gunn being smart that horror films are hot right now. This could just be Gunn hit his finger on the pulse. But I would argue that he is also coming from the same place that Fahey was doing, which is trying to do like movies that are like, some could say that The Winter Soldier isn't necessarily not only a Captain America movie, but it's a really good 60s, 70s, 70s Cold War conspiracy thriller, right?
I mean, they already dabbled in it. I mean, Swamp Thing is kind of horror
conspiracy,
right? That's a DC comic. Right?
Well, I think it's fine. I don't know.
The idea is,
I don't know how well it's going to do. Like, Clayface is not. He's not an A-level villain. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know what we're gonna how it's gonna work. I could totally see him in the Creature Commandos though. Like, I know he's been in the Creature Commando show, so that's fine. I'm not worried. I'm not super worried about Gunn's. If we get to next summer and Superman bombs, Superman doesn't live up to any expectations, doesn't gross $1 billion, I would be shocked. If it's not good or whatever, then Gunn is done. Like, he needs. Now, the other side of it is, by next summer, he could announce who the next Batman is, and who is going to be playing the Bat family, right? Because they're doing
that's
a more.
The thing. He has been kind of dropping hints that we will kind of be introduced to our Batman in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, if Batman shows up in this movie, the movie immediately does better. The four or five characters right now you can do better with anytime you put them on screen. If you throw Batman in a movie, if you throw Indiana Jones in a movie, it'll do okay. It won't do as good as it used to do. Bond, the next Bond movie is going to be gangbusters because a new Bond and whatever. Spider-Man and Superman are the ones that you can throw in a movie and try to gin your box office up a little bit. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with Clayface in the sense that, you know, the other side of it is, are we sick of DC trying to do these dark, atmospheric, you know, what if it's more Joker than it is Obsession? What if it's like the Joker, fucking miserable and incel and stupid? You know what I mean? What if it's like that as opposed to like a fun body horror film like The Substance? That could happen, right? You know what I mean? I like The Substance.
I don't know. I've always personally
don't
thought
like
of DC more black and white, where Marvel's more gray.
I think Marvel is, you know, Marvel is more marketable right now. Still, even as we progress through whatever.
I'm always been a Marvel girl though.
Well, that's what I mean.
X-Men girl.
I think Marvel's always been the normal one. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with Clayface. I think it's a unique swing. The idea that it's part of the DC universe proper is interesting to me. I guess if we get Batman, that'll be cool. We'll figure out who that is. Okay, great question. Okay, really quick before we go on to other things. I did this a couple weeks ago. Sometimes if you have any info on the Admiral Buttmeister, please send me a way to get in touch with them. I may have gotten something that basically it came to the email for the Indie Escape Network. It was basically stop digging.
Cease and desist. Told you.
It wasn't a cease and desist. It came from it did come from a law firm.
My name's Mr. Creepy.
It did.
That's
it
exactly
did come,
what it is. It's a cease and desist.
I don't. But that
Or
doesn't
else.
mean. I mean. Only collecting action figures of past guests now. And then somebody wrote, Brat, thanks, Big Kenny. I don't know who Big Kenny is, but he says you're a brat.
Feel seen.
She doesn't beam when she talks like to us like that. Somebody calls her a brat in the chat. She's like, it's me.
It's me.
But yeah, I may have gotten something where basically it said, hey, we'd like you to stop digging. And I said, in my response to the email was, I can stop digging. I will stop digging because I may have found them. So I don't need to dig anymore. Doesn't mean I'm not going to reach out. We'll talk. So anyway, moving on. We'll see what happens there. Very fun.
Creepy.
I totally forgot housekeeping tonight because I was thrown off by the opening of the show. But we'll get to housekeeping.
I brought up Batman because I'm really jealous of the technical defects guys tonight. For Thursday.
It's not to the 20th. It's not to the 20th, and ask them if you can come on and say hi or ask a question. Why don't you just ask them? You can go. You can ask them to go on.
I'm busy. I got visitors coming over.
Okay, so then you couldn't want to be really jealous then, because you actually could have gotten on the show. True or false? Okay.
No.
Okay. Jerry, what's coming out of your basement today?
Got a
something cool, like always.
Maybe
something always awesome. Like I have cool buckets, but he has cool stuff.
I don't know if I showed these before, but I've got. I went to.
I don't think I've ever heard something so cool ever before. I've got cool buckets.
I do have cool buckets.
The wife got me tickets to go to Crystal Lake.
Oh, neat!
Of the first and second Friday the 13th. So I've got signatures on here from various.
You've never shown this.
And I've got Betsy Palmer before she passed away. I met her out in Jersey. And there's a few back here.
This is incredible.
And Adrian King, and then Harry Manfredini. He's got the little musical notes here. Had him signed too. He was there.
Oh, that's incredible.
And the cast of Part 2 was there too. So I've got Amy Steele on the bottom here.
Jenny, forever.
And I've got
one of the greatest final girls ever put on film.
Yep, Bill Randolph. And I've got some on the back here.
Let me ask you a question. Are the video boxes from from Hollywood Video.
These
the
are
boxes.
the squeeze thing, you mean? The plastic?
Yes.
I bought those. I got these at an old video store down in Marshall's Creek that was going out of business.
I'm looking at it. I'm fascinated by it.
Yeah, it says squeeze and shake to get your film.
Squeeze
out.
and shake and get your shit out of my box.
I got CJ Graham here.
Shout out Vacation Video.
He was in part 6. Jason.
Nice.
I've got this.
This is perfect shit to get ready for the movie coming out.
Screener.
What is the?
It's a distribution copy.
Oh my god.
For distributor promotional use only.
Oh, so it has a little thing. It has a little bar across the bottom.
And then I got the
for promotional. Oh, that's cool as shit, dude.
Yeah, it's a snow globe with the girl screaming inside of it.
And she's underwater.
Awesome.
It works. It does work. Shouldn't he be underwater?
You would think, right?
Like how I like
she should be on the outside, like swimming, and he should be underwater, reaching up. I don't know. It's a little backwards, but it is a cool. Like it's cool as shit.
Friday stuff, but time constraints.
Fridays. I do love the Friday the 13th movies. Okay. Let's get to Twilight Zone Redux. We cross over into the Twilight Zone. And this episode, written by the incredible Richard Matheson, it is episode 5 of season 4. And remember, we talked about this, only 18 episodes in season 4. And this episode is titled Mute. Right here, Mute. You'll notice it takes place in German Corners, PA, which is a real place.
It is. I looked it up.
I looked it up too.
It's about an hour and a half.
It's a Richard Matheson.
Any of us?
It's
in Lehigh County.
It's literally.
Wait,
yeah,
really?
It's literally like
yes,
45 minutes to an hour away from you.
It's actually German.
It's right. It's right above. It's northwest of Allentown.
Oh, wait,
so
what is it again?
I was fascinated.
What's the town's name again?
German's Corners.
German Corners.
With an S.
Okay.
Germans.
No, it's just German.
Where it is.
It's actually Germans.
Oh, it's actually Germans. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the title of the episode is Mute. It has a weird opening.
It's by New Tripoli.
I'm going to put the picture of the opening up. I'm going to try to find the picture of the opening. Hold on. Maybe. No, that's not it. Where are all my creepy Germans at? There's 2 of them. Okay. So the opening, what you're witnessing is the curtain raiser to a most extraordinary play. To wit, the signing of a pact. The commencement of a project. The play itself will be performed almost entirely off stage. Final scenes are to be enacted by a decade hence with a different cast. The main character of these final scenes is Ilsa, the daughter of Professor and Mrs. Nielsen, age 2. At the moment, she lies sleeping in her crib, unaware of the singular drama in which she is to be involved. 10 years from this moment, the Ilsa Nielsen is to know the desolating terror of living simultaneously in the world and in the Twilight Zone. So, these creepy Germans in 1953, Dusseldorf, make a pact that they are people that have studied, they're scientists, and they feel that we have lost our telepathic abilities because we haven't tried hard enough. And so they are going to raise their children separated from the world and just taught to mentally communicate with their minds, telepathically, with their minds, to sharpen up the tool again. And they have all made the pact that they're going to raise all their children that way, and they're going to go to disparate corners of the universe, of the world, and try to essentially raise X-Men is the best way to say it. It perfectly ties into tonight's finale, and also whatever. Anyway, So Ilsa is a little girl, and she lives in this small town in Pennsylvania, and her parents die in a fire. And she is taken in by the local town sheriff and his wife, and they are they've experienced a tragic loss. But they also the little girl doesn't talk, but she can read minds. And she eventually gets to the point where she can actually send her thoughts into other people's minds. Like, hey, don't leave me, or hey, I'm scared, or all these different things. So it's like the thing in Ghostbusters, right? Where Venkman is, what are you trying to prove here, sir? Negative reinforcement on ESP abilities, right?
Well,
is it a couple of wavy lines, right? You know, it keeps on shocking the kid, and the kid eventually gets the ESP ability. So anyway, they make the pact. They raise the kids, but the parents die. So the whole episode is about the mother, who's a grieving mother, and you see her here. She has lost her daughter in a drowning accident, and so she has visions of raising Ilsa to be her own. And so as the father, who's the sheriff, constable, whatever you want to call him, he sends letters to the next of kin, which are all the other scientists, but she gets the letters out of the goddamn mailbox and burns them.
Yeah.
I honestly, Jerry, as I'm watching this episode, I have no idea where it's going.
Yeah,
None.
I didn't either. Not at all.
Zip. Because it could veer any of seven different directions.
Right?
Because
the first thing I thought is she set the house on fire.
With her mind. I
With
thought
her
it was
mind, yeah, like fire starter, right?
fire starter.
There he goes.
Fire starter.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I immediately jumped. But I'm almost so close. Back. Okay. Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Okay. So midway through the episode, they set up this evil teacher. And she immediately says to the little girl, like without the mom overhearing her, says, "I know what you are." And I'm like, this is going creepy. And then near the middle of the episode, she says, "I know you were raised to communicate with the dead." Yeah. And then I thought it was going in a different direction.
What?
I was like, I didn't see that coming.
To get her to say her name.
Yeah, she's trying to get her to talk, and she just doesn't talk. So the whole episode, the girl's on mute. But basically, this teacher takes her to the school and just starts fucking
torturing her.
Torturing her, Jerry. She's awful to saying him over and over again. And it's just a terrifying episode. Well, and then I'm thinking, she's going to murder her.
Well, and here's what I got from this too. So she had the class talking. She had the class saying her name over and over again, and she was doing this with her head.
Yes,
all the voices at once.
Because all the voices of what the kids were thinking.
Instant scanners moment.
Yes, I had a scanners moment too. I had
scanners.
So many moments. I had Firestarter. I had scanners. I had so many things. I didn't know where it was going. I had Brightburn. Scanners, Firestarter. So I don't know. You don't know where it's going. But eventually, it also has the old weird guy in the town moment as well, like the old drifter guy who knows the constable, which is fucking weird. So that's like a trope from all these movies from the 80s that we love.
There's a lot of throw-offs in this movie.
There's a lot of throw-offs in this episode. The firefighters are weird. Yeah, it's amazing. The lady playing the mom is really good. The lady playing the little girl is really good. She doesn't get to talk. But they do a lot of things in this episode where they're playing with the that's the original thing. Anytime you get 7 Germans in a room in Dusseldorf, I just get nervous making packs. It's not good. Anyway, so, but they eventually they get in contact. Also, one of the German scientists in this movie, in this episode, was the guy who played the German in Buchenwald episode where he was put on trial for killing all of the Jewish people in the Nazi death camp. So like I couldn't get that out of my head.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I see it.
It's the same guy.
Makes sense.
And but then so they finally get the people back to the town that has and basically they say, even though they have the right to her, the wife encourages the husband that, you know, midway through the mom has a breakdown and says, you can't take her, I need her, she needs me. And the wife takes the husband aside and says, you know, the other two scientists weren't really good with her. And they cared about her more as an experiment than as a child. And I think we should leave her with the mother.
Right. Because
he makes the decision. She finally has
talks,
love.
Right? That's why they made because she finally talked and said, my name
she talks and she says what her name is. But also the lady who's also the scientist basically says to her husband, that little girl has suffered enough and she deserves to have love. And to be honest, our friends who were doing this experiment never really loved her. So it could have gone dark at any moment. I thought she was going to kill the teacher.
Right, I did too.
The teacher was torturing her.
To happen.
I was waiting for her to blow her fucking head up. Like, just, you need to die. Because, again, there's a moment where she's having all the kids think her name, and even that is blowing her brain up. No. And so it's cruelty. It's wanton cruelty.
It like scanners. Like his total.
Yeah, it's also. Were you amazed at the sound design on this episode? Is incredible.
Oh yeah, with the voices.
Really great sound design because every voice is in her head. Also, all of the like how she reacts to a phone, how she react she just kind of puts her hand
super well with this role too. Like the face, making the faces that
it's
fit.
Ann Gillian. It's Ann Gillian. Do you know who Ann Gillian is? Mm-hmm. Do you really know who she is? Yeah, the actress Ann Gillian. So Ann Gillian, she was in God, oh my God. She was in Mr. Mom. She was Joan in Mr. Mom. She was in Ann Gillian the show, right? But that was her as a child. Mm-hmm. That was her as a little girl.
She was really good with that role.
Oh, it was incredible. It's an incredible performance. It's a really well done episode. But again, it could have used
eyes like that are longing for the. Like, can't you hear me? Can't you understand? And then looking at the teacher, like she switched it.
Oh my God, the teacher is so mean in the episode. It's just ridiculous.
But like when she's sitting on the couch, the teacher, and then the mom is there, like she shifted her face from the happiness of the mom and the longing to right to the teacher, like the scorn.
It is a fantastic performance. The mom is really good too. She was pretty great. The mom is really good too. And then the teacher is creepy as hell. Like she's just creepy. Closing narration. So the scene ends with Elsa and then the mom walking out of their home and their family, and she's left the experiment and basically she's not going to use her telepathy anymore. It's been noted in a book of proven wisdom that perfect love casteth out fear. While it's unlikely that the observation was meant to include that specific fear, which follows the loss of extrasensory perception, the principle remains, as always, beautifully intact. Case in point, that of Ilsa Nilsson, former resident of the Twilight Zone. A fantastic episode. I had never seen this episode. Really great.
I never did either.
It premiered January 31st, 1963. The next episode is Death Ship. And we have really good actors. We have Jack Klugman. We have Ross Martin. Nice. Really good actors. And also, I should point out that he says it's a Richard Matheson episode. And he also says that it's somewhere between sci-fi and a ghost story, which is really funny because we're talking about Event Horizon tonight.
Isn't it? It's Klugman's second one, right? He was in the pool player one too, right?
Yeah, I think it's his third one.
Or third one
because he was pool player with the Minnesota Fats. He was also the trombone player, the trumpet player.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's his third.
Right on.
It's his third on the Twilight Zone. I think also it got a lot of forbidden.
Get it.
It's got a lot of Forbidden Planet stuff as well. Right. So it's called Death Ship. It's episode 6, season 4.
Nice.
That is next week. Okay. Good time to end. What do you got going on before we do some housekeeping and talk about important stuff coming up on the Indie Escape Network? What do you got, Raven? What do you got going on?
I actually have a friend coming to visit, so I will be doing my own thing. But my good friends, the Sweet Translucent Dreams, will be doing their Rocky Horror thing at the Fair Oaks Drive-In in Middletown, New York. So I just want to shout them out. Awesome. And if you have time to do the Mahoning Drive-In thing, if you have little ones, they're doing Charlotte Web on Thursday. If you have little ones, go take your little ones to go see that. I always love shouting out animation and stuff like that.
Templeton.
And that's a classic. So
Pig.
Definitely go take your kids to do that.
Baby.
And if you're an adult, on Sunday they're doing Wet Hot American Summer. So
Wet Hot American Summer is coming back to theaters in 3 weeks.
And Alan Horwath is doing some of his musical stuff with Christine, and they live on Friday and Saturday. So
nice. What about you, Jerry? What do you got going on?
September 5th, Swamp Fest, Ransom Pavilion,
Ooh.
Ransom, PA.
Sounds fun.
Am I frozen? Okay, I'm not frozen. Okay, we are the Indie Escape Network. We are a group of collective people who are uniting creatives everywhere. I might not get to do the housekeeping I want to. We got big episodes coming up, though. We got coming up next Monday, The Fly on Generation Movie with me and Rich Dries.
Pretty great movie.
This Wednesday, Alex Asoe on Symbolistic Cynicism with our good friend Gabe. There's been a lot of cool things. Dr. Sleep, Midnight Mass, Pitfall, The Haunting of Bly Manor, all great stuff. And then a big one coming up on Thursday, August 20th. Kelly Jones on Technical Defects, comic book artist, special guest, talking about Batman Nightfall being adapted from comic book into animated movie R-rated form. Thank you for joining us. Big things coming up this week, I should say. Before we go, end of Oak Street is something big coming out this week. We'll see how it goes.
It does look like it's going to be interesting.
TV shows. There are two. Well, first off, the X-Men 97 ending tonight. We also have premiering tomorrow season 4 of Reacher on Amazon. I love Reacher. It's good stuff. And then Sunday night, one of the big ones, Lanterns, premieres on HBO Max.
Are you excited about that?
Yes, I'm very excited about that because I think
I did want to ask you a question.
Okay.
I know you are not a Big Bang Theory guy.
Oh no, God no.
Yep, but I've got to bring it up because the spinoff is actually getting a lot of tread, and a lot of people are saying good things. And I keep hearing Sliders being referenced. That people are saying that it's very reminiscent of Sliders. Have you turned in to Stuart Saves the World?
No, I have not. Nor will I.
Are you going to? Because I know you like Sliders.
I do like Sliders, but I prefer a Sliders reboot than Chuck Lorre getting more money and insulting nerds again.
So you're that sold on because Big Bang wasn't. You're not going to give it any try?
No, I'm not. I don't foresee me. I got a lot of stuff going on. I know.
I'm gonna have to sit down and check it out then because I'm hearing a lot of good things and I'm not as Marvel with you. The idea
that we're gonna, I'm afraid I would get there and it would be all the same jokes from Big Bang. That's how I feel.
I can understand that, but it's getting a lot of good reviews.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because they're trying to do a live action Rick and Morty. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
So Sliders is like Voyagers?
Sliders, yes. Sliders is. It's not. I don't know that it's as good as Phineas Fogg, but it's.
I used to love that show.
Oh my God, that was a great Saturday morning show.
They tried to bring back Sliders for a bit, didn't they?
Sliders different. He's talking about something totally different. There's a show called Voyager, and the sad thing was it had a really great star in it, and he like Brendan Lee. he accidentally got killed with a prop gun. Same thing. Yeah. But it was a show, basically it was called Voyagers, and basically it was a show about a little kid who was very much into history, and every Saturday morning he meets a time traveler that is tasked with the job of going back in time and fixing something.
Right. They have a device to Omni, and when the Omni's red, history's wrong, and him and Jeffrey have to correct it.
So it could be like something like Galileo not seeing that the sun was the center of the universe.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a person, and it's kind of like a Stargate.
It's not
like a Stargate.
It's called Voyagers, and it's from like '83. I want to say.
I was just saying the thing that they have him standing in front of looks like a Stargate.
Yeah, it's a time travel show. So yeah, it might. I mean, what I would say to Jerry and what I would say to everybody is Stargate is standing in front of the Voyager thing.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Is really a handheld thing, but I see what you're looking at.
The guy's name was.
It's something hand. They had them standing in front of it.
Yeah,
John Eric Hexum was the guy. It played for 20 episodes.
Yeah, they have that. Is that what you're seeing?
20 episodes it played, Jerry. It has 20 episodes.
Yes.
But that thing is actually like.
Well, definitely has to. I'll look it up.
That he holds.
I wonder if that's streaming anywhere.
I have them on DVD.
Oh, it's on the Roku channel.
There's a picture of what it looks like.
And Amazon, all episodes are available by streaming through Amazon Prime.
Why would you have them standing in front of it? It's stupid.
Because the Omni is what gets them. Like they have to push it when it's green. They push a button.
It's a promotion.
Of course, they would have thought it was a Stargate.
But it's a promotional thing.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a clock.
But like wherever
everybody have a good week.
Every time
stay out of trouble.
They don't know where they're going to end up next
time.
Punky Brewster's brother was the kid in Voyagers. Great show.
I would like to point out that Misfits Punky Brewster was my jam as a kid.
Misfits of Science also just had Peter Hall, who was the Predator. But anyway,
thanks for joining us. Stay away. Notice Mercury Stardust. I love you. Please contact me.
Who's Mercury Stardust? What is that about?
Oh, don't worry. I won't leave yous. God.